Before we start the show, I want to say a quick thank you for being a listener, and to explain a little more about why my colleagues and I hope that you also subscribe to The Washington Post. The Post has published more than 100 scoops so far this year. Those are exclusive stories reported by our newsroom. Holding power to account and keeping you informed, that's what drives our work. And it's that kind of work that you support as a subscriber. If you're not one already, this is a great time to take the step. Our Memorial Day sale is happening now. You can unlock your subscription for just $2 every 4 weeks for a whole year. And after that, it's just $12 every 4 weeks. You can cancel anytime. Hit pause right now and go to the subscription link in our show notes or to washingtonpost.com/subscribe. In a few minutes, you'll have more of what's happening in the world right at your fingertips. This offer is only good for a limited time, so do not wait. We're excited to welcome you as a subscriber. The Trump administration escalated its war on Harvard. That's where we're starting the 7 from The Washington Post. I'm Hannah Jewell. It's Friday, May 23rd. Let's get you caught up with today's 7 stories. The Department of Homeland Security revoked Harvard University's certification to admit foreign students. President Donald Trump has been targeting Harvard and other universities over their handling of student protests against the war in Gaza. That fight intensified yesterday. In a post, Homeland Security Secretary Kristi Noem said the administration was, quote, holding Harvard accountable. It accused Harvard of, quote, fostering violence, anti-Semitism, and coordinating with the Chinese Communist Party on its campus. The move means that Harvard can no longer enroll foreign students, and current foreign students must either transfer or risk losing their legal status. Noem gave the school 72 hours to turn over a list of records on international students to regain its certification before the upcoming academic year. Meanwhile, the Trump administration also escalated its fight with Columbia University yesterday. It accused the institution of violating civil rights law with respect to Jewish students. The Trump administration is currently in negotiations with Columbia over its federal funding. Columbia had agreed to make changes the administration requested. Harvard did not. Number 2.
On this vote, the yeas are 215, the nays are 214, with one answering present. The bill is passed.
President Trump celebrated a big win after the House passed his massive tax and immigration bill. The bill narrowly passed yesterday morning. As I told you yesterday, it would extend Trump's tax cuts, allocate hundreds of billions of dollars for border security, and slash funding for Medicaid. It's called the One Big Beautiful Bill, and it's central to Trump's agenda. Its passage was a joint victory for Trump and House Speaker Mike Johnson. The speaker is said to have earned and kept the president's trust throughout tricky negotiations. But its passage has made investors uneasy. It's estimated to add $2.4 trillion to the national debt over the next decade. The bill will now head to the Senate. It's expected to act on it by July. If you're wondering how all of this affects you, we have you covered. In our newsletter today, we have a list of 10 ways the bill could impact your money. As usual, just follow the link in our show notes. Number 3. President Trump attended a black tie gala and dined with top purchasers of his meme coin. It's not unusual for presidents to grant special access to wealthy political donors. They have often hosted dinners to raise funds for their parties or campaigns. But campaign money comes with legal restraints. Trump's cryptocurrency venture is different. He and his family profit personally when people buy his meme coin. And crypto transactions are often shrouded in anonymity. So last night's event was something very different. Guests included the Chinese-born crypto billionaire Justin Sun, former NBA star Lamar Odom, and a mysterious crypto investor known as Ogle who has concealed his name and face in public. Some guests told the Post they hoped to influence Trump's views on crypto. And the event demonstrated Trump's willingness to cross what was once seen as an ethical red line, profiting off the presidency while in office. Number 4. The suspect in the D.C. Jewish Museum shooting was charged with murder. On Wednesday night, a gunman fatally shot 2 Israeli embassy staffers in Washington, D.C. The suspect is a 31-year-old Chicago man who shouted "Free Palestine" after the shooting. Investigators said he confessed to the shootings at the scene. Yesterday, he was charged with 2 counts of first-degree murder and murder of foreign officials. That's an offense that's eligible for the death penalty. Interim U.S. Attorney for D.C. Jeanine Pirro talked about the case yesterday.
Anti-Semitism will not be tolerated, especially in the nation's capital. Now, we're going to continue to investigate this as a hate crime and a crime of terrorism, and we will add additional charges as the evidence warrants.
The victims of the shooting were Yaron Lashinsky and Sarah Milgram. They were a couple who met through their job at the embassy, and they were just days away from possibly getting engaged. The Supreme Court blocked the creation of the first religious public school. That's our 5th story. Yesterday, the court revealed that justices deadlocked 4-4 on a decision that could have reshaped public education in the U.S. and the relationship between church and state. Only 8 justices were voting because Amy Coney Barrett recused herself. She did not explain why, but her decision probably stemmed from her close ties to a legal clinic which represented St. Isidore. That's the school in Oklahoma that would have been the nation's first public religious charter school. But the deadlock means a lower court order will remain in place. The Oklahoma Supreme Court had ruled that the school would violate state law and the U.S. Constitution. Vitamin D may slow a process related to aging. That's number 6. Telomeres are the protective caps of DNA code at the ends of our chromosomes. They tend to shorten as we age. They constitute a kind of biological clock, and shorter telomeres have been linked to an increased risk of certain diseases. But a new study found that higher vitamin D intake may slow the shrinking of telomeres. This was a high-quality study, but scientists say more research is needed. So death has not been conquered just yet. But vitamin D still has health benefits, beyond potentially unlocking the secret to eternal life. To find out more, and to see if it might be a good idea for you to take a supplement, find a guide in today's newsletter. And at number 7, a bear cub is being cared for by humans dressed as bears. About 5 weeks ago, a tiny black bear was found orphaned and malnourished in the woods of California. When it became clear his mother was nowhere to be found, he was brought to the San Diego Humane Society. But rescuers didn't want him to turn into a cuddly pet, so staff are wearing bear costumes while looking after him. That's so he doesn't get too attached to humans. The cub also has plenty of stuffed teddy bears for company. The hope is to release the bear into the wild in about a year, when he can survive on his own. And he's doing really well so far. The bear has gained around 10 pounds, and he's learned how to climb. He has also figured out how to dig through dirt to get insects, find shelter, and make a nest. Good for him. You obviously need to see photos and video of these weirdly unsettling bear costumes. And the bear himself is very cute. He was a big hit with my toddler this morning. But you're never too old to enjoy a baby bear, so go find all of that and more in our newsletter. That's the show for this week. The associate producer of The 7 is Taylor White. The staff writers are Jamie Ross and me. John Taylor is our editor. Additional editing by Christina Quinn. Copy editing by Laura Michalski, Melissa No, and Thomas Haliba. Special thanks to Tehila Sasson for her pronunciation help. Mixing and sound design is by Jim Briggs and Justin Garish. Our theme music is by Edith Mudge. Renita Jablonski is our director of audio. I'm Hannah Jewell. Thanks for listening and have a great long weekend. We'll be off on Monday for Memorial Day, but I'll meet you back here on Tuesday.